on the British set. Gold Coast cops. Tonight,
No, search warrant, please.
one of the strangest raids yet.
Wipe on sex appeal.
A cupboard full of women's clothes.
Have you got a girlfriend, Paul? I just noticed some girl stuff.
I get both ways.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. Cover your wardrobe.
But that's not all that's in this druggie's closet.
What's this little setup you got going?
Got to make a sword.
A sauna with a fan.
10 points for that one.
An urgent call turns up a lost nana.
Where have you been today? You don't know? I'm thinking this lady could be a diabetic. I think she was giving you hope.
But she could be under the influence of more than just Swaney's charm.
Oh, she's now kissing me.
And from grandmas to guns, a drug lab, and a suspected bikie associate busted in his birthday suit.
Show us your hands.
Sergeant Carla Sara and Constable Daniel Lees are on their way to a raid in a house in suburban Helensvale.
The person of interest is supplying a dangerous drug. We're on our way there now to execute that warrant.
It's a particularly wet morning, but the weather could act in their favour.
If it's raining like this, then I suspect that our target's going to be home, which will be good for us because they're not going to expect it.
They are met at the location by the rest of the team. Senior Constable Matt Bloomfield will enter via the front door, while Carla will be part of a team that enter via the back.
No, search warrant, please.
Search warrant.
Come in. Police, come downstairs.
I could see a male inside. He took one look down the hallway at us and just ran, so I knew something was up straight away.
Take a seat for me, mate.
In another room, a second occupant of the house has been located and detained.
You're all now detained by virtue of the police powers responsible.
And, with his rights read, the main target admits to trying to hide his stash as they entered.
We're here to search for dangerous drugs, so before we start searching, is there anything you want to declare in this house that we're going to find?
Some little bags in there.
Is that your bedroom? When you say...
Just a spare room.
Okay, when you say bags, what do you mean?
Bags of speed.
Okay.
Turns out he was trying to get rid of some drugs that he had on him at the time.
With a little direction, the drugs are quickly recovered.
Let's pull it all out. Oh, there it is. Right there.
We've located 3 clip-seal bags with some white crystals inside them. What can you tell me about that?
That's speed.
Yep. And who's it belong to?
Me.
Okay, and what do you use it for, mate?
Smoking.
Smoke it, okay.
He thought it was speed, but to me it definitely looked like ice. A couple of grams in each bag. The fact that they smoke and put it in their body in the first place mystifies me anyway, but the fact they not even know what they're putting in their body is just bizarre.
Meanwhile, outside, Carla and Leesy have discovered someone in the household has a green thumb.
We've located 13 small marijuana plants, which are growing outside.
You've got a heap of plants out the back. I don't care who you're selling it to.
I'm not selling it to anyone, mate. I've never grown any marijuana I could smoke. That's the first lot I've had to actually grow out of the ground.
You know, they're not massively big, but they're about 30 centimetres tall.
Bag it and put just your signature or something on it, how many are in there.
As the search continues inside, it appears he has a taste for women's clothing.
Wipe on sex appeal.
Have you got a girlfriend, Paul? I just noticed some girl stuff, some shoes and...
I go both ways.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. Cover your wardrobe.
The search turns up a scattering of drug utensils.
There's a lot of rubbish everywhere. There's little clipsal bags, there's foil, drug implements all over the coffee table, down the back of couches. I've got the ice pod.
But it's the contents of this cupboard that piques their interest.
Bit of a semi-hydro. It's a hydroponic setup. It's what they use to grow cannabis plants inside their house. So it's basically a setup of lights, fans, heat, everything that a plant needs to grow inside the house. That way they can hide it away.
What's this little setup you got going?
It's nothing.
Why is there a fan running inside there?
No.
It is your house, but you don't know what it is.
I'm trying to make a sword.
A sauna with a fan.
10 points for that one. Hey Nick, just found this.
But what really sets off alarm bells is the discovery of this notebook.
The signs of someone dealing will be what we call a tick sheet, where they keep records of the sales that they've been making or who owes them money and when.
We've got information that you possibly have been supplying people dangerous drugs, okay? What can you tell us about that, mate?
I don't have anything to say.
That little book I found in the lounge room, man, has all the signs of being what we call a tick book.
I keep a record of the greyhound bets that I put on numbers.
Okay, who'd you do your greyhound betting through?
Tadsbet.
Tadsbet, do you have an account?
Yeah.
So all those numbers will line up with your account?
Yeah, well, there's a shitload of them. There's like 100 crates a day
How do you put the bets on?
on the computer.
So you have an account on the computer? You show it?
Why?
I don't want to see the account. I just want to see you making the bets.
I've got no money in there to make bets.
Yeah, we wouldn't have a history of the bets you've been. So
And with the evidence mounting against this bloke, they shift their focus to his flatmate.
Video follow in the AFL, I won't hold it against you. I had a little chat with him when I first got in there. I just wanted to make the situation comfortable for him, and he responded to that, and he chatted back.
what's this item here?
It's just a small bag of marijuana.
Yep.
Tobacco.
Who's it belong to?
Me.
Okay.
Do you have a medical certificate to take it? He explained to me that he uses it for pain relief because of his disability. And look, I'm sure that he does, but his doctor doesn't prescribe it to him. And in Queensland, it's not lawful for him to have it unless it is. Hey, Vincent, because you have no history and it's just minor cannabis drug possession, I can offer you what's called a drug diversion.
But his housemate is not getting off so lightly.
He's going to get a notice to appear in court today for possessing the drugs. He had 13 plants that would have grown into much bigger plants, and he may have sold that, so it's a good result.
Next,
Well, she's been there for the day, but then something's gone astray, unfortunately.
can Swaney crack the case of lost Nana?
Have you been trying to talk to her?
Yeah, she's just wavering like
Yeah.
that.
And later, the hunt for a meth lab turns up gold guns and a butt-naked suspected bikie associate. The RAP is a tight-knit unit who take care of their own, and with over 100 officers, support is only ever a call-out away.
We go to jobs and we know that we've got backup just around the corner. At least one other crew's going to turn up right behind me.
And tonight, it's Senior Constable Matt Bloomfield's turn to provide backup.
Yeah, just one of the other crews on tonight just intercepted a car just here on Brisbane Road and found quite a bit of drugs and some weapons, so we're just going to pull up and see if they're okay and if they need a hand or anything like that.
Matt arrives at the scene to find his colleagues talking to a young lady who seems to have mislaid her pants.
Oh, there you go.
But she's not having a good night. And it all began when Constable Daniel Lees pulled her over for speeding.
We observed this vehicle driving about 30 kilometres over the speed limit. She couldn't provide me with any identification. She was rather skittery in her answers. She couldn't tell me where she was going, where she'd come from. Ma'am? You sit back over here.
She's offered no explanation for being pantless, but maybe it's got something to do with the drugs found in her car.
Yes, we've located numerous drugs in the car, in the side door and in her purse, and in her personal belongings.
And given her ongoing erratic behaviour, Matt wants to get her off the road.
Do you want to maybe secure in the back of the van for a minute in case I don't want anyone running it? We'll secure in the back of the van for now.
What do you mean?
Just to get off the road out of the way.
On the road.
With the suspects safely secured, they turn their attention to other items found in the car.
Also just found a lot of technology or Apple iPads, stuff like that. So we're going to check the serial numbers now and see if any of those are reported stolen.
Yeah, g'day, Sergeant. Matt Bloomfield from Golf 726. How you going? Have you got 5 minutes just to run a couple of serial numbers through Q-Prime for me? We've just got some maybe stolen property here.
None of the items have officially been reported stolen, but Matt's still not convinced they're legit.
No hits, guys. But what's her name? I'm guessing it's not Bentley. Bentley's iPad? I'd be seizing that one. On one of the photos, the iPad actually has a person's name in it, Bentley's iPad. And the young lady's name's not Bentley. She got kids?
No. That ain't her.
I don't believe that's hers.
No.
Someone else's name on the Facebook account.
Go ahead.
It's definitely not her either. The Facebook link linked to the iPad also comes back to someone else that definitely indicates that they're not hers. We're going to run out those inquiries further, but she'll definitely be getting charged with that. She's going to be released on a notice to appear, and she'll have to attend court at a later date.
The RAP tackles everything from street violence to outlaw motorcycle gangs and serious organised crime. And today, Constable Sean Swain is patrolling Coolangatta.
What I love about my job is I can get out there every day and make a difference. I know it sounds corny, but, you know, it just gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling.
And today, he's going to get a chance to show his caring side. He's just had a call out about a distressed elderly lady.
Yeah.
A bit out of sorts.
Have you been trying to talk to her?
Yeah, she's just wavering like
Yeah.
that.
Where have you been today? You don't know?
Swaney's got a theory about what might be wrong with her.
I'm thinking maybe this lady could be a diabetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had this a few times over the years. When they have a hypo, they seem to lose contact with everything. They can't communicate and they get all dizzy and there's not much you can do for them. We're going to have to get QAs.
With the ambulance on the way, they try to figure out who she is.
Might see if we can get some idea out of it first. It's just a Seagulls membership card.
They've got a name, but no address or contact details.
Yeah, we just found Seagulls Football Club membership, so we're just going to run those details through our queue lights and just see if we can find out who this lady is and where she may live.
Unfortunately for Swaney, she's not coming up in the system.
What am I doing here? This lady over here was worried about you, and I'm worried about you as well. If it was my mother, I'd expect someone to look after her. But the main reason for me is that, you know, I've got a heart, and when I see that lady, I see she needs help. So someone has to look after her, and if that means me having to look after her, then so be it.
And Swaney's tender side seems to be making an impact.
Just give you a hug. Relax. You look like you've had a big day out. We want to make sure you get home okay. And these people have turned up and they're going to help you out. Yeah.
That's all right. Is that a diabetic?
We're thinking the same thing.
No.
Oh, she's now kissing me. You're welcome. They're going to do a roadside examination on the elderly lady before they're going to shoot off to the Tweed Hospital for further checks.
And now that she's in safe hands, Swaney focuses on figuring out who she is.
Bank book. The elderly, they still love their bank books, mate. In the front, it hasn't got a name. There you go.
His partner heads off to the bank, and the trip pays dividends. He's returned with the number for her daughter.
It's a senior constable from the police.
And the final piece of the puzzle falls into place.
Confirm with the daughter that she's an alcoholic and she's been drinking all day.
That would explain why she was trying to kiss me. I was up for a hug. I was up, happy to help her up. There was definitely going to be no kissing involved. It just goes to show in this job, you never know what to expect.
Next.
Do you want this, mate?
Yeah.
All the drug dealer.
While he swears he's not a dealer, what's he doing with a bag of cash, an arsenal of weapons,
There's heaps everywhere, mate.
and a condenser for making meth?
They're unlawful to possess in Queensland.
When did that law change, mate?
Oh, it's always been the law.
Constable Mike Mamerel is part of a team preparing to raid a suspected drug lab of a bikie associate.
And the intel we've received is that a male person is producing methamphetamines and is alleged Bandita's associate, and we just don't know what's going to be inside this dwelling.
From the outside, it looks like an average suburban home, but their intel has told them to prepare for an elaborate security system.
He's got 12 cameras on the extent of the building, and the front door is fortified, so he's definitely got something to hide, and hopefully we can get inside safely.
The team splits, one shutting down the power to disable the security cameras, while the other goes around the back for a surprise entry.
No movement at the rear, go. Police search warrant! Police search warrant!
And behind a locked door,
Open it now! Heard it. Police search warrant! Show us your hands!
the target is literally caught with his pants down,
Where are your jocks?
while he puts on some clothes.
How many people in the house, bud?
2.
A second occupant is located,
Where's the other guy? Just come with me, mate. We'll explain what's going on.
with both men detained.
Just at Tildy's at the moment.
The rest of the team is led in through the front door, and the search of the house begins.
Well, what we're going to do, Michael, we're going to start with your bedroom, mate. Just a little manhole over there.
Is there anything in the room we should know about?
And straight away they find that what the target keeps by his bedside is anything but restful.
What have you guys got here? That's what that says.
It's all buttons.
He had batons, a flick knife and knuckle dusters in easy reach inside his bedroom. They're all illegal under the Weapons Act. We believe he's got it for protection for whatever business he's running from his house.
But the arsenal doesn't end there.
We've located a taser that looks like a normal everyday torch. He's saying he bought it in Thailand. It's definitely illegal to possess one in Queensland. It can definitely inflict a lot of pain to a person that's used on.
And hidden in the bathroom, they find a stash of steroids.
Yeah, there's a bunch of strangers there. Have a set that
But what's hidden in this mask could be the most dangerous item in the household.
We located what we call a condenser, a glass vessel, specifically to manufacture chemicals. He's saying that it's a movie prop, but we believe it's being used to manufacture methamphetamine. So we're going to send it off to our forensics team to see what they say about it.
In the hope of finding more tools of the meth lab trade, the search continues, including this foam kangaroo.
You can rip them apart if you want.
Turns out it's a foam shooting target that bleeds when shot.
Can get your Glock out and test it out. Mate. Seriously, they can take 1,000 rounds. And they've got paintballs in there. I can dig in, pull one out, in the foam there's paintballs in. And that's what makes it bleed. Or I'd be more excited if you got your Glock out and used it.
Skippy comes up clean, but there's a sinister find in the other bedroom.
It's ammunition. Oh, yeah. It's ammunition.
It's live ammo, and with his suspected bikie links, it begs the question.
Have you got any firearms anywhere in the house, mate?
But as they are about to find out, that is far from the truth.
Was there any more there, Shaz?
There's heaps everywhere, mate.
Constable Mike Mamerel is executing a search warrant on a suspected drug house. So far, they've found what they believe is a meth lab, an arsenal of illegal weapons,
Oh, that's the fancy ones.
and a box of bullets.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they're searching for guns.
Have you got any firearms anywhere in the house, mate?
But Mamerel's not convinced he's being straight with them,
We definitely think he's lying.
and their diligent search pays off. One by one, scattered around the house, a cascade of firearms is found.
Was there any more there, Shaz?
There's heaps everywhere, mate.
But closer inspection reveals they're not the real thing.
Leave your guns in here, for your pellets.
Are they new ones or spring operated?
Doesn't matter.
We located quite a large amount of replica firearms that look exactly like a real thing, just without the firing pins.
Question is, why does he have them?
Where'd you purchase them from?
My son bought a couple in Thailand. We've done it for years.
They're unlawful to import, and they're unlawful to possess in Queensland.
When did that law change, mate?
Oh, it's always been the law.
But real or not, these high-end replicas are illegal for good reason.
It's very concerning because these firearms could still be used in burglaries, in armed robberies, because people would believe that they are guns. Definitely if I saw one from 10 feet away and someone was holding, I'd believe it's a gun.
He claims to have a legitimate reason for collecting them.
I've got replica weapons, but we hire that stuff out.
For the movies and that, yeah.
He's saying that he works in the movie business and has a lot of props and he collects these things.
I've got to put inspectors into the pirate ship one now.
Oh, the Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah. When does that all start filming? In the month, wow.
Were you meant to be working today?
I'm supposed to work in it.
Okay.
Going out of business, mate.
Okay.
Not a drug dealer.
And while he swears he's not a dealer, Mamerel's not so sure. For a start, there's a bag of cash.
Louis Vuitton gun bag, about $1,000 cash. Michael, look through a Louis Vuitton satchel bag it's got your wallet and ID in it. These are with it. Are they your phones?
That's mine, yeah.
Okay.
That's something we'll work on.
And an unusually large quantity of mobile phones.
What's the passcode on this one?
6969.
We end up seizing about 10 phones, but most people only have 1 or 2 phones and they usually throw out their old ones.
They're all work on, so I said they're charging it, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what's
I
the...
work, but they've got nothing on.
Then there's the bling, the expensive car and bike collection outside.
So he's definitely got a lot of assets that are worth a lot of money.
You check that plastic bag in the back?
About 3 high-end vehicles. This indicates to us that he is running some type of drug business. He believes it's from a legitimate business, but we'll have to investigate that further.
But for now, they've got more than enough to arrest him. But not before he finds the right hat. While his flatmate has come up clean, this bloke is looking at several charges.
So he's been charged with possess dangerous drugs, possess restricted weapons, and possess utensils as well. So he'll go to court and face a magistrate. We believe further investigation may get us somewhere to the bigger picture, and hopefully it'll link us to the Banditos.
And for those charges alone, this Banditos associate could be facing some time behind bars.